2 minutes late,
I'm
actually.
washed. I'm so washed.
Ah, man.
I'm so.
Maybe we
I'm
don't
probably
even
being
bother.
screamed at on the Discord right now. Hold on. When we go up making a formal apology, we have to do a video. I've got to make an apology video for being 2 minutes late. Yeah, okay.
No, it's not worth the effort.
What do you mean?
Oh, I was gonna on the going live. Actually, can I do reactions on going live?
Maybe?
I can.
Probably? Yeah.
Intriguing. I was going to type out "you smell," but it's not worth it. I'm not searching
That
through the
is kind
fucking
of a
list of.
lot to do, yeah.
It's not. It's just I don't want to have to hunt down the letters because they're not all named. You know, the letter.
I made sure to open the stream, like, immediately on my phone this time instead of forgetting for, like,
On
3
YouTube.
articles. No fish, I know. Hello, Iron Man. Hello, hi.
Hello.
Just a little bit late today because I was looking at the old VODs on my channel and realizing how far I've come.
It's. I think 3 minutes isn't actually worth mentioning, but you know.
What do you mean? I failed as a content creator because I was not live the moment I said I would be.
Helix, you failed long ago, but that's a different story.
You never even succeeded. Alright, let me redeem the lurkbait catch. Boop. There you go. I only just got back home, chat, and managed to make myself some food and shower before stream, but oh, I'm not being. That's not the word I'm looking for. To be entirely honest, I kind of wish I could play some Skyblock right now. Just saying, like,
Alright, it's
SCP
gonna be it for
streams
stream, guys.
canceled. SCP streams canceled. Time for Hypixel Skyblock.
Alright, what was your favorite for today? I think mine was the ones we read last week.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, we did have some really good ones last week that we could probably still just pick from for our favorites this week, but that's not what we're doing.
We already pointed all of them out, I think.
No, I think we gave an
I mean,
honorable mention.
do we really even need to mention the fucking coffee machine? People know about that one.
People know about the coffee machine. It's cool. At what point do I
60.
make an account for the SCP wiki?
No.
So that I can actually rate articles. Because, to be fair,
You don't.
I feel like a lot of people don't like...
No one cares.
I know, but at the same time, it's like some people do genuinely look at how things are rated and then read based off of that. And
Yeah, that's a way you can... That is something you can go off of, but also...
Yeah, and like I'd like to contribute to that, to the community.
1678. Which one's that again?
No, I'll go ahead and open it in a different tab. Do 079 please and read this SCP and we already did 079. We can like breeze past it and remember it. That's fine. We need to buy time until the ad break anyway.
Yeah.
Because there's an ad break always 5 minutes into stream, which is really frustrating because it always catches us in the middle of an article.
And read that this SCP thing isn't working. What is that, like a link off of 079?
No, they mean like the point redeem for it. I think they tried to redeem it like way too soon.
Oh,
to when we fit redeem theirs.
Got it. Yeah, no, we've been going largely in order, save for like certain suggestions.
Okay. Break starting 1678. Oh, it's on London. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then you wanted 079. That sounds familiar. Is it like the mask or
Pewter.
something? Oh no, that's old AI.
Yeah, it's
That's the
pewter.
computer. That's Pooter, baby.
Oh yeah.
We're familiar with the sentient computer. Insult. Deletion of unwanted file. I mean, is this computer or is this the sentient AI? I mean, they're both like the same thing almost, but we have read this one already. We read everything up to 303 at this point.
This is the pewter.
Okay, once this ad break rolls through, then we'll start reading.
I mean, even if we know the SCP, we can still read it.
That's true. But if you want
it's
to
not like we're gonna
else,
skip over 173, for example, because everyone knows about that one. We're gonna read it.
If you like to pick another one, then that's fair. As long as you do that before we get to it.
Like, I like On London. It's a neat little thing.
Yeah. Same for you, Iron Man, if you want to pick a different one. It's just we're not gonna sit there and read through the SCP again, because if we did that, then every single time we did an SCP stream, we'd have someone recommending us 999.
Yeah.
So you do? Yes, I do know On London.
Yeah, On London's cool. We can happily read it. I don't mind.
The Bobbies.
The funny.
The Bobbies.
I forget. Did they specify the limit of how far out it goes before it starts really fucking up? I think they did.
I don't remember. I didn't think that was one that like recursed on itself. I thought that was one where
no, not recursed, but like the quality of the town gets lesser the further out you go.
I don't remember. To be fair,
like I think that. You know, fuck it. Let's just read it anyway. Who cares?
No, unless it's what Weefin is recommending we read. No, we don't have all day. We gotta make progress. Yeah, buddy. We gotta make progress.
Go ahead, Helix. Fight the tides of time.
We'll
read
get
through the wiki faster than people update it.
We'll get to 1678 eventually. Okay.
Yeah, in like 4 years.
But again, I just don't want the stream to turn into us doing like half articles that aren't in line.
But there was a redeem.
That's true.
I don't know. Why are we even arguing about this? Do you want this or not? I don't care either way, but
yeah.
Otherwise, I might just redeem it and redeem for this one.
No.
Out of spite.
Okay. I'm gonna start reading. You guys decide on what you want us to read by the end of this. If you want us to read on London, that's fine. If you don't, you don't. That's just whatever. Okay. Item number SCP-303. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. As SCP-303 has not yet been known to travel beyond the boundaries of Site Redacted, the entire area of Site Redacted is currently considered SCP-303's containment area. All rooms in Site Redacted are to be altered where possible so as to have 2 entrances separated by a distance of 10 meters or line of sight. Personnel are to be distributed evenly throughout the facility, with available radio or intercom contact, so that encounters may be resolved quickly. Personnel who witness SCP-303 are to be submitted for immediate psychiatric evaluation. All SCP objects housed at Site Redacted since before... That's an actual date, fuck. 6/4/10 are to be transferred to Site Redacted B one at a time. Each SCP object will be transferred again to Site Redacted A once it can be verified that SCP-303 has not migrated from Site Redacted with it. Once SCP-303 either migrates to Site B or remains present at Site Redacted, once all SCPs in question have been transferred to Site A, containment procedures will be updated as appropriate. Description. Witnesses describe SCP-303 as a nude, sexless, emaciated humanoid figure with reddish-brown skin. Instead of normal facial features, its head is dominated by an extremely large mouth, which bears a set of oversized human teeth. It continually vocalizes a wheezing noise loud enough to be heard from the other side of most solid doors. All individuals who have had previous encounters with SCP-303 are capable of describing it in full, including individuals who have not been physically seen who have not seen any physical part of it. SCP-303 will periodically materialize behind any closed door, hatch, or other entryway barrier opposite a sentient observer, chosen by unknown means. SCP-303 will then remain behind the door for an indeterminate amount of time. Any individual attempting to open the door or barrier experiences intense paralyzing fear that lasts until SCP-303 dematerializes, either on its own or to avoid being directly seen by another observer. The source of this fear is not clear, but appears to be similar in nature to arachnophobia and ophidiophobia, originating on a preconscious genetic level. Data expunged. Analysis indicates that SCP-303 is not, in fact, purposefully inducing fear in the affected individuals. SCP-303 does not allow itself to come into direct visual contact with any observer, and has never allowed any one individual to view more than 10% of its form. When the door or other entryway barrier is partially or completely transparent, SCP-303 will materialize in an orientation that leaves 10% or less of its body visible, or causes effects of fog or frost on the transparent surface to achieve the same effect. If SCP-303 is approached from a direction in which there is not a solid object or door-breaking line of sight, it will dematerialize before direct visual contact is made. Any electronic or complex mechanical devices that SCP-303 encounters are temporarily disabled. SCP-303 has made no recorded attempt to physically or verbally engage any observer. How SCP-303 arrived at Site Redacted is not known at this time. SCP-303's first recorded appearance was on March 1st, 2010, I assume?
Yeah.
It is suspected that SCP-303 was inadvertently transferred along with or manifested by another SCP on site. All SCPs on Site Redacted are being examined accordingly. Some fucking parasite that just latched onto a different SCP and got dragged in.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Incident Log 303-A. Incident 303-1. Agent Redacted was showering in her private... Of course it's like a peeping Tom in the first instance it shows up. Agent Redacted was showering in her private quarters bathroom when she became aware of the presence of SCP-303 on the opposite side of the shower curtain. It was wheezing extremely loudly. Startled by the discovery, she accidentally struck the shower curtain, causing it to sway outwards. The curtain partially wrapped around SCP-303, revealing that it was less than 0.5 centimeters from the curtain, standing erect and facing the shower. Agent Redacted reports spending approximately the next 3 hours sobbing in the shower, quietly as not to disturb SCP-303. Agent Redacted reported that the wheezing stopped very suddenly, at which point in time she was able to exit the shower. That is terrifying. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Incident 303-3. Agent Redacted encountered SCP-303 inside the Site Redacted second floor break room. He was attempting to obtain coffee creamer from the counter cabinet when he heard loud wheezing emanating from the cabinet and was overtaken by overwhelming fear. Agent Redacted later reported that SCP-303 was huddled in the cabinet in the fetal position. Agent Redacted claimed to be certain of the information despite failing to open the cabinet door. Later, when the cabinet was examined, one container of powdered coffee creamer was missing. Ah!
That fucking rat.
Note, this is the first recorded instance of SCP-303 removing an object from the scene. He was hungry. SCP-303-6. Dr. Redacted was discovered dead from dehydration in a second-floor storage room. It is estimated that Dr. Redacted spent up to 5 days in the storage room before being discovered. A small 4 meter by 4 meter decompression chamber separated the storage room from the adjoining hallway. SCP-303 occupied the decompression chamber for the duration of Dr. Redacted's isolation in the storage room, disallowing entry from either direction and making it impossible for Dr. Redacted to leave.
Okay, wait, so did I blank out on something? Is there like a... Does it just like induce fear in people, or are you just not allowed to interact with this thing, or you die, or something?
It more like it induces that fear that makes the thought of trying to enter the doorway, like, not even occur.
Got it, okay.
Like, they're so fucking scared, they'd literally rather die in a hole than, like...
Got it, okay. I'm just like, you can't... You're telling me you can't just, like, open the door slightly gesture for him to pass over the coffee creamer and then fuck off?
Give him some. Give him some more powdered coffee. Test log 303-A. A team consisting of Dr. Redacted, Researcher Redacted, 4 security personnel, and 4 D-class personnel were assigned to be dispatched to any reported incident of SCP-303's materialization in order to immediately perform on-site testing. These logs take place at the door to room Redacted from the first floor hallway. SCP-303 was reported to be within room Redacted. Test 303-1. 1 male D-class personnel, D303-1. Thank fuck you properly labeled it in a way that makes sense for an article. We don't need D-class 1347 times 8, okay? It's just, this is the first D-class used in the test. That works. Was ordered to open the door and threatened that he would be transferred to SCP redacted duty for non-compliance. He refused, citing extreme fear. Test 303-2. 1 male D-class personnel. D303-1 was ordered to open the door and threatened that he would be terminated on the spot for non-compliance. He refused, claiming that if he were to do so, that SCP-303 would redact it. He was terminated on the spot. Great. Test 303-3. 1 female D-class personnel. D303-2 that had witnessed the termination of D303-1 was ordered to open the door and threatened that she would be terminated on the spot for non-compliance. She refused, claiming that if she opened the door that SCP-303 would redacted. Researcher Redacted was visibly shaken by this claim. SCP-3 or D-Class 303-2 has not been terminated. Test 303-4. 1 female D-Class personnel, D303-2, was ordered to open the door. 1 male D-Class personnel, D303-3, was given 1 combat knife by security personnel and ordered to redacted until D303-2 opened the door. After 2 hours of redacted, D303-2 died from blood loss. D303-2 made no attempt to open the door. I think you're just killing people at this point. Addendum 5-1-10. SCP-303 appears to have claimed the second floor storage room as its own. No. It has so far disallowed any personnel entry to the room since 4-5-10. It leaves periodically to acquire Foundation property, which is then moved into the second floor storage room. To date, the following list describes all non-classified items taken by SCP-303. 1 redacted cryotube, 3 sets of standard Foundation surgical equipment, redacted, 2 D-class research cadavers, 1 gasoline-powered generator, a variety of chemicals including large quantities of tryptophan, phenylalanine, and tyrosine, among others, 1 container of powdered coffee creamer. In addition to this, a number of classified materials have been obtained by SCP-303. Staff are still attempting to determine what specific purposes SCP-303 may have for these materials. He's just moved in and keeps stealing shit. That's so dumb. I love it.
I love that the Foundation now officially has an official, like, fucking wall hobo in one of their facilities.
That they can't really do anything about.
No, they can't.
I love the mix of this one being like, oh my god, that's terrifying. Like, the fact that it locks somebody in their shower for 3 hours, locked somebody in a storage room so long they died, and they couldn't do anything about it. Terrifying. Horrifying SCP.
And then it, like, steals fucking coffee creamer.
It steals coffee creamer and claimed, like, this one.
And also other things, which admittedly the other things on that list are a little disconcerting, but...
Yeah, like, I really like this one. This one's cute. You're thinking about Daleport for quite a few streams now, but you're not sure about this one. Is that the anomalous town, I think?
Which one?
1936. I believe it's like one of the Broken Veil scenario ones, if I'm thinking correctly. I might be entirely wrong, and I'm thinking of an entirely different town. But yeah, that works. We can do 1936. Would you like Daleport?
Maybe.
Well, what is it?
Bitch, I'm taking a drink.
And?
You know what? You're right. I'll get right on that.
Just read with a mouthful of water, or whatever you're drinking.
Yeah, it's water.
Blah, 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 blah.
Fuck you.
The Charlie Brown SCP stream.
Yeah, I'm glad you got that. Alright. Item number, SCP-1936. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-1936 is to be contained behind a 2-meter electrical fence, which is to be patrolled by security elements. The area contained is roughly circular, 1 kilometer in diameter. Security cameras are to be installed to cover areas not currently being patrolled. Expeditions into SCP-1936 are to be escorted by an armed element as specified by Area 37's security director. Personnel are not to enter spatially anomalous locations without specific authorization, with the conditions of such authorization dependent on recent anomalous activity within SCP-1936. Area 37 is to be set up on the outskirts of the town to support these operations and to provide facilities for the initial testing and classifications of classification of objects recovered from SCP-1936. Once classified, these objects are to be sent to the appropriate site for long-term storage and study. Dead biological samples recovered from SCP-1936 are to be kept under strict quarantine and taken to Area 37. Summary incineration may be performed if the samples are deemed hazardous. In the event that any live biological samples are found in SCP-1936, investigating personnel are to remove themselves from the area, and Mobile Task Force Zeta-29 Mad Mountaineers are to be sent in to recover and bring it into containment. Description: SCP-1936 is the New England town of Daleport. In the year 1997, the town fell victim to what is presumed to be a highly destructive event or a series of highly destructive events over the course of several days. During this time, the Foundation was unable to enter the town or observe any event that occurred therein due to the presence of SCP-1936-1, a gaseous area centered on Daleport that covered the whole town. For further information, see Attempted Expedition 1936. This anomaly is no longer present at SCP-1936, having dissipated a week and a half after its appearance. Dimensions of the remaining buildings have become significantly altered from the original plans, and a number of rooms have become topologically inconsistent. Investigations report spatial anomalies, including rooms that become smaller when they are entered, eventually preventing the occupants from moving. He looks if he would. A number of Daleport residents, deceased, and Foundation agents, unknown, are currently irretrievable from these rooms. Damn. Doors that lead to different points at different times of the day, and corridors that, despite leading to only one location, also lead to several different locations. Due to their properties, description of some of these spatial anomalies are inordinately difficult.
I don't know how to explain it, man.
How fuck do I explain this? No survivors from the anomalous events which affected Daleport have been found within the town proper, but the remains of a large number of Daleport citizens have been recovered. Cause of death varies, but it appears that a large number committed suicide. In many cases, the remains of these citizens demonstrate anomalous properties, presumed to be a result of the anomalous event. Some of these remains have included a smear of entrails and viscera capable of picking up radio transmissions from up to 6 miles away. Sound is created through vibration of tissues. Subject was found with a small plant that gave out a small constant flame. Okay. A torso embedded in a wall. Slight movement from the torso was visible when investigating personnel spoke. Blood continually manifests 15 centimeters above the torso. The body of an older male with both eyes gouged out. A steady stream of ashes pour from the body's eye sockets, nose, mouth, and ears without any apparent source. Several human corpses discovered in a row on the main street. Flesh, skin, and bone had been removed from a circular portion of their forehead. Skin and brain tissue surrounding the wound had undergone severe charring. At 1942 each day, several floating torsos manifest outside the Johnston Public Library. simulating the motions of running, heading southwest along Market Road. 3 minutes after manifesting, the horses attempt to leave the road and fade out. The body of a young female that fled steadily upward when subject to any applied force, regardless of the force's direction. Currently suspended 57 meters from the ground. Thank you. Attempted expedition log 1936. Due to the unknown status of Daleport's residents, manned and unmanned expeditions were made into SCP-1936-1 to determine the safety of entering SCP-1936-1. Ascertain the nature of SCP-1936-1 and its effect, and to facilitate possible recovery of civilians. Okay, you don't need to say its name 3 times. These expeditions took place over the course of several days as resources arrived on location. Oh god, there's a lot here.
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
The bar.
Oh,
moved.
baby.
Oh, baby.
Alright, Helix, you're reading the next one. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Daleport
Bitch.
reminds you of the very first Zombies map in COD Black Ops 3 Shadows of Evil. It reminds me a lot of just like any kind of like seaport town where something like horrible happened. Like some.
So, any seaport town?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, I know this one. London.
Oh, it's like London!
Hellworld. So this is what they were trying to prevent with Unlondon. Anyways, unmanned ground expedition. Oh, sorry. Attempted expedition log 1936-1. Unmanned group expedition. Procedure. Following the detainment of relevant witnesses and the establishment of a containment perimeter, an unmanned ground vehicle, UGV-1, was sent into SCP, or 1936-1. UGV was equipped with atmospheric sampling sensors, closed and open circuit biological samples, including several brown rat instances. Video and audio recording equipment were also included. Results. UGV-1 found SCP-1936-1 to be composed of sulfur, nitrogen, and carbon oxides. The concentration was found to be at a level where irritation occurs, but would not present a lethal hazard. Biological samples were unaffected in any anomalous matter. Video recording showed a smooth wasteland-like landscape, starting at 100 meters into SCP-1936-1 and extending up to 2 kilometers from the edge of SCP-1936-1. At this range, radio communication with UGV-1 became degraded, and UGV-1 was returned to the SCP-1936-1's perimeter. There's a note there.
Yeah, sorry.
UGVs used by the Foundation typically have a range of 70 kilometers from their base station in flat terrain. Got it.
Yeah. I've been paying attention most of this time. It's just there I kind of got like mentally sidetracked thinking about Hypixel Skyblock.
My brother in Christ.
This was civic part of that. I saw something about rats.
Rat. Oh man, I could be clubbing rats in Hypixel Skyblock instead of, I don't know, actually reading something interesting.
What happened. I could...
Anyways, this one is a manned ground expedition, second attempt. Procedure. Due to D-Class, D-512 and D-513 were sent into SCP-1936-1 aboard UGV-2. Humanoid transportation variant. Okay, cool.
Oh.
Wonder how big it is. Is it just like a fucking Bradley, but it's able to be piloted remotely, or what the fuck?
Oh.
How big is this thing? Whatever. UGV-2 was equipped with a higher wattage radio receiver than that of UGV-1. D-512 and D-513 were Level A, gas-tight hazmat protective clothing and biotelemetry sensors during the expedition. Results. D-512 and D-513 were initially taken 1 kilometer from SCP-1936-1's base. I'm just gonna say the SCP's name. I don't need to do
like
-1.
5 more and like just this expedition alone.
Good lord. Okay. D-513 was ordered to desuit. D-513 had been previously debriefed on this and complied promptly. D-513 reported no ill effects from exposure to SCP-1936. Medical telemetry showed D513 had slight difficulty breathing, similar to breathing smog. D512 and D513 continuously reported near flat, featureless terrain while in SCP-1936. Unacceptable levels of radio interference began at 3 kilometers from SCP-1936's boundary, and UGV-2V2 was returned to SCP-1936's edge. Medical examinations performed upon their return on D512 and D513 showed they had not been abnormally affected but during the expedition. Attempted Expedition 3. Armed Manned Ground Expedition. Oh yeah, because I'm sure the first one went well. And the second one. It's just...
We've got like
Yunagi.
7 characters here.
Oh, fuck me.
I was gonna say, like, maybe you take, like, the team, and I'll take the rest. Like, I could
Yeah,
take, like,
go ahead,
CC,
speak Relayan.
Unknown 1, but... Yeah, sure. Do you want to do that?
What, or I'm taking the team?
You take any of the actuals, I take anything else.
Okay. So I guess you'd also be, what, CNC?
I could do CNC, yeah. You do the forward, though.
Okay. Armed Manned Expedition. Forward. The following audio log is a transcription of an attempted expedition by Mechanized Infantry Platoon Kilo. This platoon was assigned 6 Piranha LAV-5 vehicles, designated Alpha through Foxtrot, with mounted environmental analysis equipment. Log begins 3 kilometers into SCP-1936.
Kilo Actual. This is Mike. Requesting update on your status. Over.
Mike, this is Kilo Actual. We're still seeing the terrain is flat. SCP-1936-1 doesn't seem to have changed since we went in. Kilo Actual, this is Bravo Actual. We can see upward incline ahead. This is Alpha Actual. We aren't seeing any incline. Check your mark 1s over there. Bravo. Check your mark 1s over there. Oh, okay. Alpha, we're going down to the incline right now. Yeah, we see it, following you down. Inconsistency was not noted until after the event. Okay, cool. Kilo Platoon, this is Charlie Actual. Anyone else seeing the sky out there? We're getting a lot of red and blue patterns. It seems to be screwing up the radio a bit. CNC, I think we're getting a bit of interfere.
They said, Amen, may that heretic burn in the pit. As in, I fucking hate him so much, I hope he dies a slow, painful death in a burning hole.
At this point, two-way communications with the expedition team was lost, with CNC only able to receive messages. Sounds of a firefight and wildly varying descriptions of the attacking force are heard. After approximately 30 minutes, the following message is received.
I am Sizzler, the Shivering Mist. I am currently covering the town of Daleport. While traversing your men have been attacked. Some have become but the rest are in safe hands. Evil has been summoned to this town by a society of the worst shall be contained within me by Vulcan, but the town and its people will not remain unaffected. A great battle shall rage, and a victor must be decided. In time, those who can stop the Ike will be here, and in time to see the flame. Please do not send any more soldiers into me, as I cannot keep them from the Shog. When all thrawed before the victors, I shall leave, and the Shug will be yours again. I hope you shall survive it.
Closing statement. Unmanned observations continued to operate, but were unable to reach the town of Daleport. No manned expeditions were sent into 1936 prior to its dissipation. Recovered materials, 1936.
I wanted to talk about that a little first. That was cool. I like that art.
I do like the...
I like the Eldritch Horror being like, hey, we're settling something over here. Sorry.
Could you
don't send any more guys. I'll be out of your hair in a week.
Could you please just wait?
Just give me a minute. Sorry about this. No, it's really inconvenient for you. Alright.
A large number of documents were retrieved from SCP-1936. These are assumed to have been written by the town's previous inhabitants. God damn it. Document recovered from laptop in a residence in the southeastern quadrant of SCP-1936. Dear Diary, today Mr. Sticky's arm came out the closet instead of the window. It was even longer than ever, but it was still smoky when I touched it, so my hand hurts. I told Mr. Sticky I didn't want any of his gross food today, and he got mad. He said it was vital to the incubation of the lava. I'm really hungry, so I ate the gross food even though it was green and squirmy. I don't like Mr. Sticky that much. The following phrase was found in multiple locations, predominantly in public toilets and stitched into the internal organs of mutilated Daleport residents. Great, I don't know how the fuck you managed that. I'm sorry that I could not save you. Pangloss. Document recovered from a store in the southwestern quadrant of SCP-1936. Running out of canned food, but I guess that's the least of my worries. There was some more god-awful screaming and shit out there tonight. Screaming started off human. I think it was Lily from next door. Don't know what it sounded like by the end. Never heard anything that sounded like that. Thought I heard someone trying to get in a while ago. It was Reverend Hawsher walking past my window again, still ranting about God knows what. Managed to get a glimpse of him through the window. Wish I hadn't. He had too many spaces in him. Gotta leave. I think one of the big guys is coming this way. I can hear drums outside. I am the voice, and the voice is me. Security cameras and other video devices continued to acquire footage while the SCP-1936-1 was present. Close. Video recovered from a ruined gas station surveillance camera on the outskirts of SCP-1936. Start time is 21:39. Cashier of the establishment is handing a customer a plastic bag. The window next to the two individuals smashes and an unknown organism enters through the broken window. Its appearance is unclear as its center is surrounded by multiple tentacle-like appendages. It is roughly the same height as an adult human.
Hold on.
Customer attempts to flee.
Ad break.
Hmm?
Ad break,
Okay.
16 seconds.
Good, great, good even.
Yep.
Felix, why do we stream this?
Yeah, I know. We should not stream it.
Yeah.
Let's just do this on our own. No more streaming it. No more streaming it. Just
No, we just go into lobby and pretend that this doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Or that idea would never backfire, not once.
Ad break is over. He will stream it. That's what I'm saying. This is a good streaming thing. I like this, and I hope.
Oh no, I do. I just
like
hate
following.
Twitch. I just hate Twitch.
That's fair.
All right. The customer attempts to flee. The organism lashes out at the customer with a tentacle. The customer is decapitated, and due to the impact of the tentacle, the head is propelled off camera. Jesus fuck. Okay.
Resident Evil.
I can practically hear the fucking Johnny Test whip crack. Jesus.
Resident Evil.
The cashier hides behind the counter, but the organism moves itself over the counter and out of sight, presumably having landed on them. Blood and viscera consistently splatter on the wall above the counter for the next 30 seconds. There isn't that much fucking blood in the human body! What appears to be an elderly human wearing a bowler hat and waistcoat enters the establishment. The footage becomes mildly distorted when the individual enters the shot, and increases greatly when it becomes apparent that instead of a face, the individual has a triangle branded into their skin. Oh, okay, cool. The first organism moves back onto the counter, appearing to be very wary of the individual. The distortion of the footage increases as several multi-jointed appendages burst from various points in the individual's body. The first organism and the individual engage in hostilities. The organism appears to be in a large degree of pain when touched by the individual and attempts to retreat out the store. The individual throws the organism out of the store through a wall, creating a large hole in it. The ceiling is seen bulging downwards when the footage ends. Damn.
Oh, it's so cool. I like this article.
Video recovered from the security cameras outside the Johnson Public Library, facing Market Street. Start time is 1940. A speeding car is seen entering frame from the left, traveling along Main Street. The driver appears to lose control over the vehicle and crashes into a lamppost outside the library. As the lamppost is broken, it splits and buckles as a partially translucent spectral entity emerges from within the lamppost. The car's occupants leave the vehicle and begin running southwest along the street away from the entity. The entity gives chase, floating through the air. This goes on for several minutes, with the entity gaining little ground. Eventually, the entity stops giving chase and undergoes several changes in coloration. A blue-colored shockwave of unknown composition is then unleashed from the entity and travels after the fleeting people. The shockwave passes over the people as they attempt to turn off the road, which causes the people to become transparent and fade. Okay.
Yeah, of course. That's fine. They're okay.
Yeah, it checks out. They'll be fine. Fucking become ethereal doesn't last that long. The following footage was pieced together from several partially surviving sources, centered around the entrance to the town hall. Goddamn. The exterior town hall is shown having sustained damage with the roof in a partial state of collapse. The front doors to the building are missing, replaced with a circular phenomenon glowing the blue/violet end of the spectrum. A convoy of vehicles appear traveling down towards town hall at speed. The convoy consists of dozens of civilian cars and trucks, as well as Foundation vehicles matching those sent on the manned expedition of SCP-1936-1. A small number of humaniform robotic entities armed with firearms of unknown make and manufacture are seen running alongside the vehicles. Oh, okay. As the vehicles approach the town hall, the civilians and Foundation personnel disembark. The civilians, 97 in total, move towards the circular phenomenon at the apparent urging of the robotic entities and Foundation personnel. A terrestrially symmetric organism, approximately 3 meters in tall and covered in various technological items, is seen exiting the lead Foundation vehicle. The organism interacts with one of the devices and appears to undergo a series of controlled convulsions for several seconds. Okay. A dubstep-style remix of the Owl City song Embers was heard faintly through the town hall's microphones at this time. It's worth noting that dubstep will not be independently invented for another year, and Embers will not be released for 15 years. Additional monitoring of the Owl City music project is ongoing. Okay. I'm so glad. As the first civilians reach the circular phenomenon, a fractal-shaped sheet of motile skin jumps from the roof of the hall towards the crowd. Mandelbrot said based. What? Okay.
No idea what that means.
It's French to me, as far as I'm concerned. Due to its low mass and high drag, this takes several seconds, during which the robots and Foundation personnel open fire on the skin sheet, doing little damage. As the sheet reaches the ground, it leaps towards the nearest civilian and wraps itself around the civilian's head. The terrestrially symmetric organism runs towards the two, rips the skin sheet off the civilian, throws it to the ground, and activates a flamethrower, severely charring the skin sheet and rendering it non-ambulatory. The organism then indicates to several nearby stunned civilians to enter the circular phenomenon. They do so, causing them to disappear from view. The robotic entities and Foundation personnel allow all civilians to enter before collapsing inside the circular phenomenon themselves. When only the radial organism remains, it burns the phrase Pangloss grants you sanctuary into the stonework above the town hall's entrance. The circular phenomenon remains in place as the organism leaves. The manifestation at... Yes?
I like this a lot. I like this.
Yeah. The manifestation at Area 37 of 94 live civilians and of almost all of the missing Foundation personnel in the weeks following SCP-1936-1's disappearance is believed to be related to the above events. Individuals recovered so far have suffered memory loss regarding the events in Daleport, leading to no new information being gathered during debrief. While analyzing recovered documents to determine the cause of SCP-1936's arrival, numerous references were made to a cult named the Victory Society. Great. Helix, if you would. The following note was discovered in the jacket pocket of a recovered body. The head and left arm of the corpse had swollen to 3 times their regular size. Okay. The corpse is believed to be that of James Curtis, who is a member of a local religious organization known as the Victory Society. Hang on one second. What we need: 2 trout, a bottle of milk, virginal blood. Where am I even meant to get that? To be mixed with the milk. He who walks beneath dreams into that sort of thing, apparently. Assorted souls, willingly sold. Alliteration is a big deal for that which waits inside the horizon. At least 2 200 beetles. Lots of ice. Foxtrot thinks I'm doing the sculpture for this shivering mist thingy. He's got another thing coming. 2 dead bodies have to have been dead for at least a year. Some human eyes. The blind one's meant to have thousands of eye sockets. I don't think a few eyes are going to do it for him, but oh well. Marky and Dan are getting the rest of the stuff. Laura too, I think. Hawkshore just sits at home with his books, though. The fuck.
I like that.
The following passage. Shoutouts to this one fuck-off cultist, by the way.
He's like, I don't even know what he's gonna do with this many eyeballs. He's got like 1,000 eye sockets, okay?
Okay, sure, the
no
beetles
comment
are
on the
one
200
thing.
beetles. Apparently he's into virginal blood.
Listen, I don't care. What? Where the fuck am I supposed to get this? Is it any blood? Does it have to be specifically that? Please no. Anyway, following passage was written on the inside cover of a charred book outside the church at the center of Daleport. The border of the mural is encompassed by Sir? Whatever. The shivering mist that will descend upon the world during the time of awakening. The mist is all-encompassing, and shall act as a barrier to those wishing to stop the awakening, as well as confine the great trinity of potential victors. The three at the center of the mural are the Great Victor of Flames, Great Victor of Frost, and the Great Victor of the Storm. They rain down destruction upon one another, with their true names inscribed in unreadable, unknowable runes. Around the three are visions of the great battle that contain the majority of those that shall come to this realm, with Jur, the dark god of lampposts, the blind one illuminating the way for his followers, who leave tributes upon crooked lightposts. Jalep manifests as the flies pouring out of the mouths of his beloved and cursed to assist in the conflict in any way he can. While Yini, the trepanner, frees his followers from the skulls of their oppressors. The shredded cabbage of misfortune will destroy those who oppose the vegetable monarchy. Zin, herald of Marp, commands the army of
Lepidoptera.
I'm not even going to try to carry away those who sleep with the flowers beneath the silver ash in the dream attics of an animatum. The voice of ages, though not visible, is omnipresent, represented by the yellow runes bearing his name hidden through the mural. Finally, at the bottom, the minor minions and deities pledge their allegiance to the three victors. Those who pledge their allegiance to the great victors of flame are tinted orange, the great victors of frost violet, and the great victor of storms green. Many, such as he who walks beneath dreams, his face a mere triangle, remain unaligned, and are painted in black. For they are opposed to none and yet opposed by all. The dark deer Demax is shown around the edges, forever excluded by the rest. Okay. Shea Gorath remains, ruling his kingdom of two faces before he himself brings its downfall, only to be stopped by a great prisoner of the direct. That's just fucking Oblivion. Go to hell. That's actually just Oblivion. You can't fucking hide from me. Maybe if you named it something else, I might not have. Absolutely not. Anyways, 20 goats stuck together, making a goat ball, spin around and around all the way to goat hell. The skeletons forever fight their final war. The conflicts of these minor deities will have little impact on who the great victor of this battle shall be. Several documents were recovered from what is believed to be the body of Reverend Michael Hawshore, the leader of the religious organization, the Victory Society. The body showed extreme spatially anomalous properties and was incinerated after recovery and analysis. It appears that these pages were removed from a journal or diary, but their original source has not yet been found. I am returning... July 22nd, 19 redacted. I am returning to Daleport. Godfrey wished me luck as I left, but I knew he hoped for my failure. He is too idealistic to believe in my cause. I took all the necessary books out of the library before I left, though. I suppose I could have just waited until I got home, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to find a proper way there, and I very much doubt Godfrey will assist me. Hard to get all the books around. Had some trouble with the Lost Wonder, the Senadan, Dasa and Assad's 7th tome, but the container my contact gave me helped with the heat worries. Burned my hands handling the thing, but still. You can't hope to do something like this without minor sacrifices. James is meeting me at the station, but he'll most likely be late. He always is. You have to work with what you've got, but it's disheartening that there aren't some more respectable people interested in this venture. I worry about the next time. August 1st, 19 redacted. I am a little shaken up. The priming ritual for the one of broken nines needed blood sacrifice. I had hoped anesthetic could be used, but the ritual didn't allow for that. The child is dead now, and it is done. We cannot lose track of the goal. The child would thank me from the bottom of his heart if he knew why we were doing this. It's for the good of everybody. It's for the good of everybody. For the good of everybody. It appears that Reverend Hawshore broke the pencil at this point and had to resume writing sometime later. Okay, cool. The victor shall walk from the rubbles of man and restore clarity to those who remain. I am beginning to doubt James's devotion to our cause. August 13th, 19 redacted. Just assume all of those are, otherwise, unless I read otherwise. The Voice of Ages needed the blood of a heretic. I suppose it just means heretic in general. The voice wasn't picky about what kind of religion. James was not eager to contribute, but the fact that his blood worked proved that my suspicions were correct. The liar. He would have doomed us all in his selfishness. Things do not get easier, but my time is coming to an end. I have decided that we will not operate over the next 2 days. It will be a time for rest, so we can prepare for what is to come. I will welcome my death, even if it is not quick. The world will lie still again on Monday, and it will thank us for it. Additional notes found near the body of Reverend Hawshore. The first of these appears to be a transcript from a speech made by the Reverend, presumably to members of the Victory Society. 1 second.
This is long, but it is good.
Oh yeah. Brothers and sisters, we come here today for the last time today. Or we come together for the last time today. It has been an honor to work with you all. I could not have hoped for a better group with which to secure the future of mankind. From the dawn of time, terrible impossibilities have spawned from the darkness between stars. Not hating life, simply being indifferent to it. We are as ants to these abominations, these demented gods. I use this term as this is what they are called in older texts. You will not find any biblical god here. Or perhaps you will. I do not know. The use of gods here and this is the specific form of creature, born from the primordial chaos of this reality, not just a powerful being. Simply powerful beings do not reach the uncaring depths of cruelty and depravity that the gods do. They are so far above us that we are but insects. Accordingly, we shall look as such. In order to gain the forgiveness and favor of the gods, we must learn to know our place before them. Each of these things seeks dominion over the laws of reality itself, imposing the nature of their twisted existences upon stars and planets and people. The only answer to this threat? These gods must be destroyed, the slate wiped clean. We could not do this, by no means, no. But we cannot allow these things to exist. A kingdom cannot have a billion kings. We cannot kill the gods, no. Only a god can kill a god. We will bring them here and bind them. Bind them until their bloodlust is sated, until all but one is dead. Always a single god remains. The victor, who returns to whence they came as the only god remaining. But their primordial chaos eventually spawns more gods, more twisted angels and demons. And so it all comes to pass again. Our vigilance must be constant, for a new victor must be found again and again. We will leave a mark in creation, but it will fade. It will heal. Stand strong as our people have before. Stand strong as the near men in ancient cities did. Stand strong as we did at the gates of Sodom. Stand strong as we always have stood strong, because this must always be done. Fortune favors those who take bold steps. We will become unified with Inamadum, entering the Summinium Eternium. May we be forgiven. The following section was found in the back cover of Hawthorne's journal. And the victor shall walk from the rubbles of man and bestow clarity, glory, majesty to those who remain. From the red of my eyes I see them. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And they see me. I do all of it right, and this is repayment. I do not fear the rubbles of man. They are glory, and I don't know what they are, but I don't know what I am. My throat goes somewhere else. My throat goes somewhere else, and I do not like where it goes. This is most likely referring to the spatially anomalous aspects of the reference body. In a war, there's fire, but here the fire is cold and sideways, and in the atoms themselves. In the minds even, because my head ache like a nut that is cracking because of the baby bird inside it. I must clean my wounds, but my hands are made of wire and cyanide. I can see them towering, and they are nothing. They are the shadow of the tip of a fingernail's fingernail. No. To quell the titans for fire, ice, and lightning, we must eat babies and live happily ever after. It's not right. They're meant to be dead now. I'm meant to be the hero. No. The victor shall walk from the rubbles of man, and others shall walk behind him. Video recovered from a camera found on a rooftop during an expedition near a church in the center of Daleport.
Oh.
Several entities of varying descriptions are visibly engaging in hostilities with each other. Daleport's church is visible in the background as the density of SCP-1936-1 is reduced for unknown reasons. A large creature of irregular shape which appears to be composed of large quantities of stone, soil, and what is thought to be some sort of fungus, appears several meters above the church. Camera begins shaking at this time. A sound akin to a distorted whale song is audible. The creature is estimated to be 50 meters in height. A second entity manifests above the church. The entity has a crystalline structure and a bright light that emanates from its central spire. A 15-second long screech is audible. Already manifested entities cease hostilities and quickly leave the area in a manner that suggests they are fleeing. What is presumed to be a third entity manifests, but camera distortion prevents an analysis of its appearance. A deep humming noise is audible for the duration of the footage, until it cuts out.
That is cool.
This is very cool.
Yeah, it's just like a battle of gods that needs to be carried out because they don't want that many gods. Oh, it's so cool.
At least along with its SCP suggestion, yeah.
I think you're looking for the word shortest, but yes.
No, it's funnier this way. Anyways, have fun with the next, 3. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, fuck. I don't know if I can handle this one, Mord.
What do you mean? You're telling me that President Lyndon B. Johnson doesn't give you the strength to read the article?
Who?
President Lyndon B. Johnson, right there.
I don't know who that is.
I'm not surprised. Anyway, read the paper.
This looks awful to read, by the way.
I don't care?
Not because of the link, just because of the words. Oh well. Okay. Item number SCP-304. Object class safe. Special containment procedures. The existence of SCP-304 is currently being masked by the constant transmissions of the redacted space probe. This masking transmission is coded as to prevent the deciphering of SCP-304 by any non-Foundation personnel. This transmission is an addition to the probe's publicly known communication with Earth and its conventional scientific operations conducted by NASA. The redacted and its currently inactive replacement are on a course that will permanently keep them between the Earth and the estimated source of SCP-304. Should the original probe fail, its replacements will immediately begin transmitting at the same frequency and assume all public communications as though it were the original probe. Description: SCP-304 is a radio signal at the redacted GHZ frequency, which has a gigahertz, I assume, frequency, which has been transmitting a list of names and their associated title since its discovery in 19 redacted. The data within is a list of world leaders which appears to be in chronological order. The signal begins in Morse code with King William IV and proceeds down a list of English monarchs, American presidents, and other leaders. SCP-304's format changes from Morse code to ASCII, ASCII?
It's just called ASCII.
To ASCII upon reaching President Lyndon B. Johnson. SCP-304 lists a total of 63 persons with the title of President as well as redacted Title 05. The signal then changes from ASCII to an as of yet deciphered format, listing an estimated 7 more names. After the 7th undeciphered name, SCP-304 pauses for 12 seconds and repeats. The reason for the abrupt conclusion of the list is unknown. Who knows what it could be? Note: the data contained in SCP-304 is restricted to O5 personnel and above. Authorized personnel confirm that the list of American and Chinese presidents has proven accurate to date. Data which may or may not identify Foundation personnel will not be discussed on this document. SCP-304 has been determined to be coming from the direction of redacted. However, SCP-304's origin is unknown, as is how long it had existed before discovery. Great. Really short article, mildly interesting concept, but of course it doesn't delve any farther into it than that. That's right. I'm gonna go grab a drink before I start reading the next one.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I just need something to drink.
Right.
You want out, Otis, while I'm standing, or are you just gonna... Okay, come on. Otis has left.
Wow.
I don't know what you mean by an ASCII horse.
Okay, you know how people will, like, draw faces and shit with, like, symbols? It's that, okay? But, like, they're saying to draw a horse.
I don't even know what ASCII is, I'll be entirely real.
Let me look up the acronym.
I meant, like, how it looks. I know what Morse code looks like. I don't know what ASCII looks like.
I'm not saying it's... Okay, give it... Why is it being stupid?
Oh,
American Standard Code for Information Exchange. It's just how we type, okay?
like English?
What you see on a keyboard.
So letters.
Everything that's on a keyboard that has like a unique symbol or number or letter to it is considered ASCII.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I didn't understand that. You want me to look at images real quick? Get a powder blue tang, nice. It's a new record, powder blue tang. There's a lot more to be caught in Lurkbait, just saying. Ugh. We also have stuff from like other games that I've played on stream in there that you might notice, so that could be fun.
I will say I probably butchered the explanation of it, but also, like, you would
I was
understand
asking
if
what
you
it
actually
looked like,
looked
and
at
you
it.
gave me the acronym, and I was like, "Oh, well, what is it?" Not like
I
what does
hadn't
it stand
realized you were
for?
unfamiliar with what
No, I
ASCII
had no
is.
idea what ASCII was. I was thinking it was some
Huh.
other type of like code language, like Morse code.
No, it's literally just
Cause like
American Common
that's just the way
code
that
language. You get what I mean.
article worded it made really little sense because it's like the implication is that like the reason it was in Morse code is because like English didn't exist yet, but at the same time that doesn't make sense either because Morse code.
No, that's not even remotely what it was implying. The
Why was it
earliest
Morse
code,
code and then switched over to just
because that's
English?
the earliest code that we had on that sort of like frequency.
I guess.
And then we eventually developed other more sophisticated technology, like ASCII, when we started having more complicated computers. You know, coincidentally around the time of Lyndon B. Johnson. And then after that, it goes into the future with some other sort of like code parlance that we just don't know anything about yet.
Yeah,
Because it's the future.
the future.
Anyways.
Yeah. Waterfree from Grounded. Item number SCP-305. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. SCP-305 is presently immobile. Site-305 has been constructed around its present location. A wooded canyon near Redacted, and it's staffed at least 7 personnel who have prior experience with SCP-305 and prove resistant to its effects. The remainder of the station crew should be rotated on a weekly basis. SCP-305's effects grow weaker if human subjects are exposed to it for extended periods of time. Therefore, a resistant subject should be exposed to it for at least 3 hours daily. SCP-305's effects are greatly magnified in individuals with feelings of guilt, particularly over crimes or mental instability. Therefore, Site-305 is staffed exclusively by non-D-Class researchers and agents who... Do they have D-Class researchers?
No.
Like, I wouldn't think they would, but like the wording of that, like...
Actually, maybe. I mean, you can be demoted to D class for, you know, war crimes.
Like, hey, we admit this guy's smart and will likely just tell us the truth, but however, like, He did kind of fuck up on that one SCP, so he's getting put on the dangerous assignment.
The guy who was in charge of 096 would have probably just been made a D class, if not outright shot, if they didn't
I think he was
could have
probably
killed
like
it.
outright shot and like drawn and quartered.
No,
and,
they
like,
implied
brought
at the
back to
end that they
life.
were going to have him assigned to killing the damned thing and then kill him.
Yeah, I guess that would make him like a D class researcher.
I guess by technicality, but no, D class doesn't really have researchers proper, to my understanding.
Yeah.
A researcher can be made into a D class.
Yeah,
though.
it would make sense for them to have like certain smarter D class for like missions where maybe having like an uneducated like death row inmate who literally like immediately killed someone upon gaining sentience, like those can be reserved as like 687 food. But like the smarter ones can go into the alien dimension.
Do they even feed 682?
I don't know, probably not, but
I don't think they do.
You know what I meant. Alright,
Yeah.
anyway, but that's enough. And agents who are screened for criminal records and mental instability. Any personnel who begin to hear whispered compliments must be transferred out immediately. If symptoms persist after removal, frontal lobotomy data expunged is insane.
If you receive a compliment, I'm going to take this hammer and nail.
Not even like, let's skip the amnestics. Give that man a lobotomy right now. He got a compliment.
Mods,
he's gonna remember
ventilate
that
this
for the
man's
rest
skull.
of his life.
Ventilate this man's skull. Thank you.
They feed him acid. They probably do just feed 687 acid.
No, that sounds
or is
about
it
right.
682? I think it's 682.
682.
Yummy acid. The actual containment chamber of SCP-305 is constructed of standard materials and offset from the rest of the station by a 5-meter buffer zone to protect normal staff from the worst of SCP-305's effects. SCP-305 broadcasts a constant status normal signal to Site-19. If Site-305 becomes compromised during a containment breach, this signal will cease and a heavily armed containment team will immediately be dispatched to the location. Instances of SCP-305-1 are extremely dangerous and should be terminated on site without attempting containment. As of Redacted, all attempts to extract samples from SCP-305 for study are forbidden. See Addendum 305-1. Sorry. Description: SCP-305 is a rock formation of approximately humanoid size and shape. Remote recordings of SCP-305 show that it remains stationary at all times, even when interacting with human subjects. When viewed by a sentient observer, SCP-305 appears to be a mobile, animate human of indeterminate sex. The manifestation is formed of cracked rock similar to SCP-305's physical form, and while it is faceless, subjects report that the cracks all over SCP-305's surface begin to resemble human ears and lips as it moves. Human subjects who make visual contact with this manifestation hear whispering voices, although recording equipment in the area picks up nothing, and the phenomenon is observed even in subjects who are deaf from birth. SCP-305 will initially ingratiate itself with the subject by whispering compliments. During this phase, the subject experiences feelings of friendliness and trust towards SCP-305. These sensations seem unrelated to the actual content of the compliments, which ranges from off to nonsensical and disturbing. A short list of reported compliments is included. You have beautiful eye sockets. Every one of your fingers.
Redacted.
Your neck appears unusually flexible. In the second phase, the subject begins to hear many voices emanating from SCP-305. At this point, the whispers become critical, attempting to insult the subject or undermine the subject's self-esteem, especially by playing on the subject's guilty conscience. Like the compliments, these insults make little sense when recounted, but have a profound psychological effect, driving the subject to suicide before the final phase in 20% of the cases. As the subject is removed from SCP-305's presence during Phase 2, the subject will hallucinate that these insults are emanating from mouth-like cracks that appear to form on the ground, walls, and ceiling. In the third and final phase, the voices will abruptly stop. 2 to 10 hours from the cessation of hallucinations, SCP-305's humanoid manifestation will appear and kill the subject. Causes of death are varied but include severe cardiac infarct. Muscle spasm leading to severe severing of the spinal column, diaphragm paralysis, and redacted. A subject who dies of any cause after the beginning of the second phase, data expunged, followed by the emergence of an instance of SCP-305-1 from the corpse. SCP-305-1 are humanoids slightly smaller than SCP-305 itself. Unlike SCP-305, SCP-305-1 seem to be made of a smooth, hard, white substance, and the lips and mouths of their surfaces are extremely lifelike. SCP-305-1 have the same abilities as SCP-305, and although they are created with a very short range of 2 meters, this range increases exponentially over time. SCP-305-1 move at 30 kilometers an hour and seem naturally drawn in a direct line towards the nearest densely populated area, presumably in an attempt to further propagate themselves. SCP-305-1 are highly resistant to bullets and cutting weapons. Elimination teams should be equipped with heavy ballistics and explosives. In subjects who have entered Stage 2, manifestation of SCP-305-1 can only be prevented by removal of 80% redacted. What?
No, that's it. Just, yeah.
Okay. Addendum 305-1. On redact... Actually, no. There's an ad break about to hit. I've been trying to read a little faster to avoid getting cut off by the ad break, but I might as well just wait for it to finish before I finish this article. The next compliment is something 173 could say if it was able to speak. You've got a very flexible looking neck. You've got a very snappable neck. Okay.
Buh.
Addendum 305-1. On redacted, Foundation personnel used a remote-controlled device to extract a sample of SCP-305's rock structure. SCP-305 began to emit loud grinding noises and a low growling sound. Existing cracks in the rock formation deepened and several new ones formed in the vicinity of the removed rock sample. SCP-305 then moved its arms upward slightly and slid 1 foot about 10 centimeters across the ground as if taking a step, shedding rock fragments as it moved before returning to its stationary state. Following this event, the range of SCP-305's psychic influence tripled, resulting in several redacted. Sample proved to be ordinary sedimentary rock, consistent with the surrounding area. Follow-up X-ray scans of the formation itself revealed the presence of redacted, suggesting that the rock formation may actually be an imprisoned instance of redacted. Upgrade the Keter request pending. Is it the next Zappy guy? Is it him?
What?
Is it 173?
What?
Encased in sedimentary rock.
No.
Oh, ooh. I thought that was like a living human nose for a second.
Org.
I was like, what?
Because I think that's a frog.
I think it's a frog. Kind of hard to tell, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
He
formerly
looks
Dr.
like-
Stan. Oh, I see what we're dealing with.
He's something, alright.
Alright. Clearance level 3.
this is-
Confidential. Disruption class 4. Risk class 4.
Eki and danger. This is a weird one because it's using the newer, like, terminology, but it's not. It doesn't have all the like fancy layout shit going on. Weird.
Item number 306. Containment class Keter. Special containment procedures. Frozen samples of SCP-306 are stored at Bioresearch Site 101. Research on SCP-306 is to be carried out under Biosafety Level 4 protocols. Subjects infected with SCP-306 are to be immediately placed under quarantine. Any items making physical contact with infected subjects or SCP-306 residue are to be incinerated. Personnel interacting with infected subjects are to remain in full hazmat containment suits. Personnel interacting with infected subjects or SCP-306 residue are to remain under mandatory quarantine and submit to twice daily examination for a period of 2 weeks after interaction. This is dangerous.
Oh, no.
Containment breaches within controlled environments will result in lockdown of affected area. Personnel within the affected area are to remain in place until cleared for release. Hazmat teams are to remove and examine personnel for signs of infection. Infected personnel are to be quarantined. Affected area is to be then sterilized. A 1 kilometer radius around any areas experiencing an outbreak of SCP-306 is to be quarantined. Areas are to all have water and sewer systems sealed. Hazmat teams are to be deployed in the area, and all personnel in the quarantine zone are to be evacuated and screened for infection. Uninfected persons are to be released, with non-Foundation employees administered Class B amnestics. Infected persons are to be terminated. Following complete evacuation, enclosed areas are to be sterilized with ethylene oxide. In unenclosed areas, controlled burning followed by a ground sweep are to be enacted. Wetlands harboring SCP-306 are to be impounded, filled, and sealed with concrete. Preventing SCP-306 from infecting any large body of water is an Alpha Class priority. Description.
Sorry, I just really like the whole... Okay, we're not fucking around with this. We're taking this actual swamp, which are supposed to be protected, and we're filling with concrete.
We're
building
it
a
with
Denny's
concrete.
here.
Fuck the frogs. Screw them. This is more important.
We're building a Denny's. If something gets through that, we're screwed.
Let's build a Waffle House on top of it. They'll take care of any outbreaks. Waffle House is just like the Foundation's way of like keeping things in check.
Kane wouldn't last 5 fucking minutes.
Description. SCP-306 is a fungus related to the genus Trichophyton. SCP-306 can infect humans through inhalation of the spores or by skin-to-skin contact. Initial symptoms of infection can include coughing and sneezing and skin lesions. Lesions caused by SCP-306 display a morphology similar to benign papillomas, warts, and reach full size after approximately 2 days. Lesions are prone to shedding, after which another lesion forms underneath. Lesions that fall from the body of infected subjects are light enough to be carried by wind and capable of spreading SCP-306 for years. If untreated, lesions caused by SCP-306 can cover the body within 2 weeks.
Oh.
SCP-306 appears to mainly affect humans, however testing is ongoing to determine any additional carriers. This is crossed out.
Wrong.
SCP-306 has been shown to grow in nearly all biological matter. SCP-306 primary anomalous property will only manifest when growing on human tissue. When infecting a human, SCP-306 secretes several previously unknown enzymes. These enzymes catalyze an unknown process which drastically alters the structure of cells, resulting in the formation of several extra organelles of an indeterminate function. Approximately 2 weeks following infection, infected subjects begin to develop major physiological modifications. Over the course of the next 3 weeks, subjects rapidly lose weight, followed by the development of abnormal pigmentation and increased water permeability of skin. Subjects who are still able to speak describe being in constant, excruciating pain. Over the next 2 to 5 months, symptoms include shrinkage of organ systems, reshaping of the skeletal system, rapid decrease in intellect, but that's crossed out.
Oh no.
This process can last between 2 and 5 months, after which subjects are referred to as SCP-306-1. Instances of SCP-306-1 on average weigh 25 to 30 kilograms, measuring 0.5 meters in length. SCP-306-1 have an appearance similar to amphibians, but correspond to no known species. Autopsies of deceased SCP-306-1 specimens have revealed that internal structures remain morphologically similar to human organs, following metamorphosis. Instances appear to enjoy human presence and will actively attempt to gain contact when in human presence. SCP-306-1 remain extremely infectious, with any direct physical contact resulting in infection by SCP-306. SCP-306-1 are capable of reproduction in a similar manner to, I don't know, Agnes Tachyon. I think that says.
What?
Oh no, I dropped my little thing. Ah, damn it. Can we have a fungi that turns you into Gubby? The Foundation probably has one. I'll be real.
That's what this was.
That's what this was. This is Gubby. Anyway.
I don't actually.
SCP-306
What the fuck even is Guppy?
It's a little rabbit from Roblox.
Oh, okay.
GIF spam has a GIF of him right now if you want to see.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
Yeah. SCP-306 was discovered in Redacted, Louisiana, in a swampy area when locals reported a colony of unknown amphibious creatures, coupled with a string of unexplained disappearances. Foundation agents were deployed to the scene to investigate, leading to the object's discovery. Since this event, redacted additional SCP-306 outbreaks have been found in the southeastern United States. Chi is 2D? I have no idea what you mean. I have no idea what that's in reference to.
What?
Oh, is it the fish? I think they caught the fish from Hollow Knight or Silk Song. If anything's 2D, that's because it's an image I uploaded, and I wasn't gonna bother trying to upload like a 3D model for shit that I didn't even have a 2D image for. Even though there isn't even a 2D, there's not even a 3D model for Kai from Silk Song. That's just like a random fish enemy. Shows up in like one place. Oh well. SCP-306 is redacted, treatable with polyaniline and triazole antifungals in early stages. That was all crossed out. Resistant to nearly all treatment within the exception of high heat. Cauterization of infected tissue has shown modest success in treating cutaneous infection. However, respiratory infection is not treatable. It's the addenda. It's hard to incinerate the lungs without just killing someone.
Yeah.
Addendum 1. Testing on SCP-306 has shown the fungus to be able to grow in nearly all biological matter, including most vertebrates. However, only humans have shown the ability to develop any deleterious effects from infection. Due to the possibility of a major outbreak, Dr. Redacted is requesting increased funding for research into SCP-306. Addendum 2.
Yeah.
Memo from Site Redacted, Director Redacted. What?
No, just, kill this fucking thing.
Yeah, that's fair. Based off of Dr. Redacted's research into SCP-306, we now consider it extremely likely that large reservoirs of SCP-306 exist in the wild. Because of both the physical danger and danger to secrecy presented, all sites are advised to monitor for wild SCP-306 reservoirs. Any confirmed vectors are to be dealt with by applicable regional forces. Addendum 3. As of Redacted, Site Redacted has reported decreased efficacy of antifungal sprays used to combat SCP-306. O5-6 has authorized further testing to determine the cause of this change. Goodbye, Iron Man. Thanks for stopping in.
Uber.
Addendum 4, Incident 1, or Incident I-306-3. On Redacted, all 12 contained instances of SCP-306-1 escaped primary containment during routine feeding. Researcher Thompson was fatally injured by a stray bullet as security subdued the specimens. Really like the image of like a whole team of like fucking military grade guys with like guns and shit are just like shooting these frogs.
Loaded for Frog.
The following is a transcript of an interview conducted with researcher Phyllis immediately following the breach. I'm going to read this addenda just because it's like literally one sentence. Addendum 5. Dr. Redacted has found that most samples of SCP-306 display wide-spectrum resistance and antifungals. Upgrade to Keter Petting. That's crossed out. Upgraded to Keter. Redacted.
I do appreciate that it actually like has corrections made in the file.
Yep.
Like the touch of it being moved to Keter is a nice touch. Anyway.
Yeah. Alright, would you like Leonard or Phyllis?
Hmm.
I suppose I'll take Leonard.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
Specifically because I don't want you to have to take the guy from the Big Bang Theory.
That means nothing to me.
Oh, do you want Leonard then?
I don't care. Just pick one.
You always act like you're upset with what I decide, and then I'm like, oh, sorry, did you want the
That's
other
not
one? You're
what
like,
I'm
no,
doing.
no, I don't
just
actually
don't
give a
care.
shit.
Pick one.
You always do this.
Have you considered it's because I hate you?
Bro is clueless about my real score, and he has no idea.
Right,
Interviewed. Researcher Phyllis. Interviewer Agent Leonard. Begin log. Thank you for being here on short notice.
Sure.
Alright, first order of business. Please state what you were doing when the breach occurred.
Well, I was conducting feeding for the 306-1 specimens. What's his name? Thompson was getting the feed and I was going to administer it. I did a count of the specimens. There were 11, but that was wrong, because there should have been 12. So I told Thompson to look at the logs and see if one had been moved to another site. All of a sudden, there's this flash of motion, and the next thing I know, I'm being pinned down by some of the specimens. I don't remember what happened after that. When I woke up, they were gone, and security was already there. Thompson was lying on the ground, bleeding from his mouth. The guards escorted me out.
So you were attacked by the specimens?
Basically.
I understand that these creatures are normally quite docile. What caused this aggressive behavior?
Okay, we've been performing some new testing on the specimens.
What kind of testing?
Intelligence testing. Putting them through mazes, training them, that sort of thing.
And what does this have to do with the breach?
Everything. These guys were speeding through puzzles, memorizing commands almost instantly. We looked at the data, and these guys are as smart as primates. Smarter even than that. We tried teaching them how to read, how to write, and they picked it up in the blink of an eye.
I have documentation that says those creatures are no more intelligent than a common tree frog.
That's what we thought at first. But this testing, it showed that we were dead wrong. They were writing coherent notes to us. They told us what their names were. We gave one of them an IQ test. It scored 127. These things are human, trapped in the bodies of frogs.
So what led to their aggressive behavior then?
Not sure. Thompson brought in this kid's book with some fairy tales in it. Seemed like they had enjoyed it. But after that, they started getting angry with us. They were depressed. They wrote notes telling us that we had no right to keep them here, that they needed to be out in the world. They needed to be free.
What exactly did they expect to be able to accomplish if they were able to escape?
I don't know.
Okay, I believe we're done here.
Wait, before you go, can you tell me what happened to Thompson?
I'm sorry, he was killed in the breach. Stray bullet in the chest.
It's a shame. He's going to bring them another story.
End log. Closing statement. Due to the information revealed in the incident, I order all contained instances of SCP-306-1 to be immediately terminated. They are now presenting a major obstacle to successful containment of an already dangerous object.
Oh man, I already had suspicions from earlier, but yeah, no, that does kind of add a fun moral quandary to this.
Yeah, I do like this. I do like. Apparently, they're not just frog-sized, as they were able to pin him down.
No, they might have still been, but there were like 12 of them, so I guess they acted in coordination.
I still
Could be a
don't
big
think
ass
12
frog,
tree
man. You don't
frogs
know.
would be able to knock a guy over, but
Wait, no. Does it say like how big they actually are? It only mentioned tree frogs as an example of intelligence. They didn't. They haven't given.
yeah,
like,
I don't think they gave us a real
25 to 30 kilograms. Okay.
Oh.
0.5 meters in length.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know that measurement.
That's not...
100 frogs versus 1 gorilla.
Would you still love us if we were frogs? Wrong, incineration.
I did generally like that one though. That one's like
No, this one's
honestly
cool. I
I'd
like
say
this.
underrated. Damn, only
You're-
189? What?
Damn it. Why?
This one's got like
Fucking-
111, and it's like literally like 2 paragraphs.
I mean, I think it's neat. It just doesn't have any meat
It's
to it.
like nothing, yeah.
I think that's also kind of the point. It's just like, I like it because it adds to the list of like more or less unexplainable phenomena that the Foundation just has.
Leaves. Alright, I think this is where you take it back over for 1 or 2.
No.
I've read 3 of them, Lord.
Another.
No.
You must.
No, you got this one. I believe in you.
It's not a matter of capability. Read the paper, Helix.
But I don't want to.
Ah, man. Well, I guess stream's over.
Holy shit, Graveyard Keeper is free on Steam right now.
You can't hide from me. Anyways. Item number, SCP-307. Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-307 is to be kept in a 0.5 meter square stainless steel planter with a hydroponic growth chamber equipped with remotely operated light and sprinkler. The sides of the planter are to be equipped with retractable circular blades, the controls to which must be located outside the containment cell and manned at all times. The hydroponic chamber is to be kept within a 5 by 5 by 3 meter room with stainless steel walls, floor, and ceiling. There are to be no windows in the room. All light will come from the hydroponic growth light, and any observation of SCP-307 is to be done over a security camera. The temperature of the room is to be kept at 15 degrees Celsius to discourage seed production. If entry to SCP-307's room is necessary, it is to be done by remotely operated robots. Absolutely no living humans are to enter SCP-307's containment cell following Incident 307. See it in them too. Okay, cool, so this is just kudzu.
Yay!
If any specimens of SCP-307 are discovered outside of the containment cell, they are to be burned immediately until only ashes remain. Any personnel who touches SCP-307 must also be burned. L.
Damn.
Description. SCP-307 is a creeping vine similar in appearance to the common English ivy, save for the presence of greenish thorns on the stem and the tendency of the leaves to exhibit a purple hue. The vine puts down roots approximately every 30.5 centimeters, 12 inches. The roots can penetrate any porous material but not metal. Any part of the plant not connected to a root system is to be considered dead and safe to examine up close. As an aside, I think the picture is pretty.
That is true. The picture, I have it in my yard. I don't care if it kills me.
This is good.
It's fine.
Scroll down. Cool. SCP-307 appears to be carnivorous and seems to exhibit some degree of intelligence. See document 307-A. When in the presence of a warm-blooded animal, hereafter referred to as the victim, it grows at a startling rapid rate in the direction of the animal. Yeah, this is just kudzu. Often growing 3 vines at a time in what appears to be a flanking maneuver. Kudzu. Upon contact, SCP-307 appears to paralyze the victim and then liquefy and drain all internal organs, musculature, and blood. The mechanisms by which it does this are presently unknown. They have, however, led to researchers calling it spider ivy. Yeah,
I do like that it's
that's
capable
fair.
of flanking.
I'm not sure if it's a sign of intelligence or if that's just how it grows that shit. That's really funny, though.
That's so
SCP-307 was first discovered by Agent Apocalypse in Redacted, where he witnessed it rapidly growing up the trunk of a tree and consuming a nest of American robins. Yeah. Further examination has revealed the prevalence of the plant throughout North America. It has shown itself to be highly resilient to or resistant to any attempts at poisoning. This has included all commercially available herbicides, exposure to allopathic plants, I don't know what that means, and formaldehyde. Except for the sample obtained for study, the plant has been burned wherever it has been encountered. However, it is very likely that numerous specimens still exist outside of the Foundation control. SCP-307 is only to be kept alive in the hopes of engineering a biological agents to use on the wild population. Documents 307-A Experiment Logs. Experiment 1. Tray of mealworms introduced to cell. Result. SCP showed no signs of movement. Experiment 2. Chilean rose-hair tarantula introduced. SCP showed no signs of movement. Did not respond when tarantula climbed onto SCP.
Hold
Huh.
on, I really want to see what this... arachnophobia...
Chilean rose-hair?
Yeah, arachnophobia warning. I'm pulling up an image of a Chilean
Have you-
rose-hair tarantula.
Have you considered it's a spider?
What?
Yeah, no, it's those guys.
Yeah. Okay, cool. It's like the ones with like the red knee. I got it.
It's the ones that people
Tarantulas
think
don't
of.
hit the same like arachnophobia thing that like normal spiders do for me.
Yeah. Where the fuck was I?
Live mouse.
Right, okay.
Experiment three.
Experiment 3. Live mouse introduced to cell. Result. SCP immediately began to grow in the direction of the mouse. One vine extended directly towards it while two more grew around and in front of it, effectively surrounding the mouse. Mouse immediately became rigid and stopped moving upon contact with SCP-307. Behavior continued for 26 seconds before mouse fell on its side, obviously dead. Vines outside the planter were severed, allowing D-class personnel to collect mouse. Upon retrieval, mouse was noted to appear to be lacking any autonomous structure besides skin and bones. Mouse was taken for further examination. Jesus Christ. When mouse was dissected, researchers noted a complete absence of blood, internal organs, and musculature. All internal structures were instead replaced with a system of roots, which researchers traced back to the mouse's skull. A single seed was found inside the mouse's otherwise empty brain cavity. Mouse was subsequently burned. Ugh. That's metal as fuck, actually.
Yeah.
Experiment 4. Jar containing 130 aphids introduced. Additional camera added for close-up viewing. Result. Aphids proceeded to attach themselves to SCP-307 and feed. SCP-307 did not respond in any visible manner. All aphids were dead within 5 minutes of first feeding. Potential use for an insecticide noted. Fuck right off. Absolutely not.
Potential use as an insecticide? Are you dumb?
That is, I think that has to be more of a humorous note in a
It
meta sense,
flanked
but that's
the
really
mouse.
funny. They're just like, we could kill all the aphids.
It's really effective against aphids.
Fucking hate those things. Addendum 1. Notes of interest taken by Agent Apocalypse during observation of SCP-307. The energy necessary to facilitate such a rapid growth rate would be astronomical, yet SCP-307 seems able to pursue prey regardless of available light or time since it last fed. The behavior exhibited by SCP-307 during Incident 307 would suggest the presence of some kind of botanical muscle. Examination of severed vines has revealed no structure that could conceivably serve this purpose. Addendum 2. In light of Incident 307, SCP-307 has been upgraded to Keter class. Appropriate adjustments to containment protocol have been made. See Incident Report 307 for more details. Wow. Helix.
Yep, sorry. Nope.
Incident report. Cool. Right. SCP involved, SCP-307. Date and area redacted. It's just in a bio-research area. Description. Incident log as compiled by Agent Apocalypse, agent in charge of containment and research on SCP-307. The following is a description of security camera footage from SCP-307's containment cell on the morning of redacted in the 2000s. I'm not going to bother reading the times to the second. I'm just going to clarify that now. Well, I might in a couple instances, but like... Jesus Christ, okay. Just note that this is not taking place over a very long period of time. 8:01 a.m. Close-up observation camera in SCP-307's hydroponics chamber goes offline. 8:12:19 a.m. Personnel D-104 and D-127 enter SCP-307's containment cell to repair camera. D-813:02 D-104 begins transfer of SCP-307 to secure lockbox as per protocol. 40 seconds later, D-class or D-104 places SCP-307 into secure lockbox. 2 seconds later, D-104 freezes in place. 3 seconds after that, D-127 is heard to inquire as to D-104's well-being. 3 seconds later, D-127 begins fumbling with his flamethrower, seemingly in a state of panic. 1 second later, a vine from SCP-307, Vine A, is seen to grow in D-127's direction. 4 seconds later, personnel redacted activate security saws in SCP-307's planter. Vine appears unaffected. 814, the gas line of D-127's flamethrower is severed by one of SCP-307's thorns. 2 seconds later, D-127 flees the room in panic. SCP-307 does not attempt to pursue. 8:14:15 a.m. D-104 falls over, limp, presumed dead at this point. A second Vine B, is visibly hanging over the edge of the lockbox. 6 seconds later, vines begin to grow in the direction of the door to the holding cell. 3 seconds later, emergency saws are activated again. Vine B is severed, Vine A is not. 6 seconds later, Vine A begins growing in direction of security camera 1. The security camera goes offline 21 seconds later. Security camera 2 remains online. 8:15:33. 3 D-class personnel enter containment cell. Vine A assumes position similar to defensive posture of a cobra. Unidentified D-class personnel sets fire to Vine A. Emergency saw is activated again. Vine A is severed. Same D-class personnel manages to close lockbox. Other 2 remove D-104's body. Autopsy begins on D-104. So yeah, in the span of not all that long, like scroll up. Yeah, starting from the start of 8 a.m. basically over the span of 15 minutes, all of this shit goes down.
Yeah,
this shit's alive. Scary. Autopsy revealed Vine B had entered a small hole next to the faceplate of Personnel D-104's insulating bodysuit. Personnel's body was found to be in a state similar to that of the mouse described by document 307-A. No internal structure aside from skeleton could be found, replaced by an elaborate network of roots, all connected to a seed located in D-104's skull. A pair of shoots had begun to sprout in the direction of the eye sockets. D-104 was summarily incinerated. Yeah.
Yeah, that checks out.
The fact that it drains people in like the span of seconds is fucking mortifying.
It fucking drinks them.
Yeah.
I drink people. Do you get the reference? Do you get the reference?
Give me some sip. Anyway, next
No.
thing.
I'm thinking of Cell.
I know, but they both make the same joke at one point.
I think I take this one. You grab the next one.
Sure.
Alright, cool. You like this one? The vines or this one?
Presumably the one we were reading.
Yeah. I think the vines were a little underrated as well. Those were pretty good.
Yeah, no,
like, the fact
Spider
that was
Ivy,
like
cool.
similar to the like what was it rated? The vines?
I don't fucking know. They are
103. That's literally worse rated than the thing that just broadcast the
World
presidents
leaders.
in order. That's like the only reason I'm tempted to make an account is because I think this one deserves more likes than that other one. It's just better.
You're...
Alright. Item number SB308. Object class, safe. I just realized my phone went to sleep and I should have the YouTube stream open. Apologies. I was letting everyone know that they should grab Graveyard Keeper as soon as humanly possible. It's a good game and I liked it. It's like Stardew Valley if you were like, you know, burning corpses instead. Item number SB308. Object class, safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-308 is stored in a sterile containment module with restricted access. Personnel entering the room must observe Level 1 isolation protocol and will be remotely observed by security personnel for the duration of their visit. No organic material may be placed in SCP-308 without Level 4 authorization. SCP-308 will remain open unless involved in active experimentation. No, you cannot burn corpses in Stardew Valley. Graveyard Keeper is like Stardew Valley if your goal was burning corpses and making a nice graveyard. That's what I meant. You can also like turn them into zombies to automate shit, which is really cool. There's a lot more to the
Stardew
game
Valley.
than that, but like that's like what you're like doing on your garden.
So it's Stardew Valley.
Yeah. Anyway. What the hell is a funerary? What the hell is Jocko playing? Description. SCP-308 is an ornate funerary casing of Aztec origin, dated 500 years old with dimensions 1 by 8 millimeters by 9 millimeters by 1.2 millimeters. It was found at the redacted archaeological excavation among similar, though mundane, artifacts in a temple complex.
To clarify, that was meters, not millimeters.
My bad.
Just a very big difference.
SCP-308 is covered in Nahuatl pictographs consistent with ceremonial practices of this time, though unusual in the care and expense devoted to them. Under normal conditions, the artifact is inert, but it exerts an animating effect on organisms when they are placed inside it. The effect was first observed in the original inhabitant of the coffin, data expunged, the poor condition of the individual has been attributed to its 500-year incarceration in the casing without nourishment or stimulation. Oh.
Lamau.
Ugh. Healthy, injured, or even deceased subjects are transformed by the artifact. Regardless of the condition of an organism prior to placement in the coffin, with one exception, see below, the creature will exhibit certain traits upon removal. Superficially, subjects remain unchanged, retaining injuries and conditions sustained prior to exposure, despite the nature and seriousness of such trauma. However, subjects appear alive and responsive to the extent the injuries allow. For example, a subject exposed to a fatal dose of cyanide, in excess of 100 times fatal dosage, conversed normally, respired, and displayed vital signs such as a heartbeat and brain activity. The subject also presented classical symptoms of acute poisoning, including shortness of breath, drowsiness, headache, and cyanotic skin, but did not succumb even after a period of many days. Another subject was pierced in several major arteries and exsanguinated before exposure to SCP-308. A subsequent examination revealed a heartbeat but no discernible blood pressure, and the subject was conversant through conscious of great pain in the injured areas. Though conscious, not through, my bad. For further experiment logs, C-308-A attached. Subjects in this altered state will neither succumb to any injury, again, one exception, no matter how severe, nor heal any wound, no matter how minor. In addition, they display a dependence on the artifact similar to addiction, insisting on regular exposure and becoming erratic and violent when this is withheld. Subjects experience pain normally, and many who have suffered extensive damage will rapidly deteriorate psychologically. Progressive conditions such as cancer and infections continue to advance in subjects exposed to SCP-308, though instead of dying, they suffer from ever-escalating symptoms. The only thing that a subject requires to be affected by SCP-308 is the presence of a heart. Subjects with a wounded or diseased heart are animated, as are portions of organisms or tissues connected to a heart. Individuals with their hearts removed or body portions without a heart are unaffected by exposure to the artifact. Even an isolated heart is placed in the container will resume beating at a normal rhythm. Subjects exposed to SCP-308 remain alive and essentially unkillable until their heart is destroyed, whereupon they succumb and decay normally. Because of the nature of SCP-308 and the apparent psychological effects it exerts on all subjects, or all exposed individuals, must be isolated and terminated at the conclusion of testing. Temporary use of SCP-308 to debrief diseased personnel permitted by Level 4 authorization only. Experimental Log 308-A. Excerpts. Subject: Canis lupus familiaris. Condition: healthy. Summary of results. Subject apparently normal. Showed typical pain reaction but survived repeated laceration, evisceration, exsanguination, burns over 90% of the body surface, multiple gunshots, electrocution, and lobotomy. Subject terminated by blunt impact trauma destroying the heart. Subject
Wow.
D43. Condition: Stage 4 small lung cell carcinoma. Summary results. Subject continued to worsen post-exposure. Regular breathing ceased 3 days after exposure due to extensive tumor growth, but subject retained consciousness. Tumor infiltrated renal system, leading to external growths approximately 13 centimeters in diameter in the area by 14 days. Secondary tumors occlude vision and infiltrate the brain by 19 days. Upon the final ceasing of biological function at 52 days, metastatic tumors were evident over 70% of the body's surface area and had infiltrated every organ system, including the heart, which was the cause of the subject's death. That is so cruel. Why did they do that? I mean, I guess it's C, but like, ugh.
Wow.
Subject D34. Condition: head and heart surgically removed from the rest of the body, keeping attached vasculature intact. Summary of results. Subject revived and apparently conscious, though apparently in too much pain to communicate meaningfully. Applied painkillers had no visible effect. Research ongoing. Subject agent redacted. Condition: terminated in the line of duty, recovering as to be redacted. Summary of results. Animated for debriefing. Subject requested and was granted 2 weeks to prepare a post-action report before termination. After 9 days, subject's nightly request for access to SCP-308 was denied. The following morning, subject escaped containment by murdering a technician and proceeded to SCP-308 containment area, where she was terminated by guards on station with a bullet to the heart. Subject D34. Condition: expired from myocardial infarction. Summary of results. Subject was recovered from the artifact inert with massive trauma to the chest, though which the heart had been expelled or ripped. The heart was beating regularly, but the subject's body showed no signs of life. Subject's medical background indicated that she had received a heart transplant 3 years prior. Oh! That's a crazy thing to throw in the end there. It's like, oh. Okay. It doesn't. The ownership of the heart never changes.
Oh.
There was just some poor fucker in a grave somewhere, just like kicking and screaming because their heart got. Oh my god.
Oof.
Oh. I hope they immediately realize, oh wait a minute, and they just like crushed the heart so they could go back to being dead, but ugh.
Oh lordy, that ain't good.
What is that thing? Oof. This one's really short. Should I just take this one as well?
What's the matter, smooth skin? You never seen a ghoul before?
I'll take this one as well.
Yeah, go on.
It's fucking 3 paragraphs. Item number SCP-309. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. SCP-309 is currently stored in a secure glove box in the Level 2 research lab at Site Redacted. Routine physical examinations of SCP-309 as well as experiments involving small animals may only be conducted using the glove box. Removal of SCP-309 from the glove box for testing on larger animals or humans requires the approval of Dr. Redacted or equivalent Level 4 command personnel. Human testing is restricted to D-Class personnel. Description: SCP-309 is a small, plush, stuffed animal that looks as if it has been turned completely inside out. Golden-orange fur is present along the seams, while a small amount of cotton stuffing and 2 protruding eyes are visible on the head. The interior of SCP-309 is understuffed with cotton, giving it a flexible and cuddly feel. SCP-309 has no effect on inanimate objects, however, contact with living subjects is both dangerous and life-threatening. Humans and animals lightly brushing SCP-309 with a finger, a similarly small portion of the body, display severe, non-localized discomfort for 10 minutes afterward. Humans also report feeling extreme nausea, despite the fact that SCP-309 does not induce vomiting. The discomfort and nausea are so overwhelming that even the most hardened subjects have proven unable to voluntarily maintain contact with SCP-309 for longer than a few seconds. If SCP-309 is pressed firmly against a subject, or the subject quickly picks up SCP-309 and attempts to hold it, the subject will be violently and painfully turned inside out over the course of 5 to 10 seconds. Skeletons are unaltered, but all soft tissues are inverted, such that muscles, tendons, ligaments, and various internal organs are resituated on the exterior of the body. Though not immediately fatal, the process is irreversible and universally considered painful.
Ouch.
Universally, it's considered not the best.
Kinda
Maybe
hate
a
that,
little
actually.
ouchy. It's fine. Jesus. This one's rated 157. Like, it's not bad, but it is a little simple.
Yeah.
Oh, you get the candle.
Wow. Alright. Item number SCP-310. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. When not used in experimentation, SCP-310 is to be kept in a 0 by 0.3 by 0.3 by 0.3 meter sealed vacuum case composed of flame-retardant material. The research chamber surrounding the vacuum case shall be similarly flame-retardant and be kept saturated with carbon dioxide, nitrogen, or other fire-extinguishing agent when testing is not taking place. Standard ventilation protocols to prevent unauthorized access should be kept in place. No flammable or semi-flammable substances are permitted within the research chamber, except small quantities for research purposes. Authorization is required for testing on live or otherwise self-propelling test subjects. Chamber is to be kept sealed during testing, and emergency vacuum system is to remain active. All personnel are forbidden to wear loose clothing when in chamber. Long hair must be kept tied up. Flame retardant suits are recommended. Memo 310-AA. For the last time, loose clothing includes ties. Regardless of the normal dress code encouraged on site, we want to avoid any more cases like Dr. F. No item should be worn that might allow accidental contact with SCP-310. Dr. John Drake. Fuck me, I suddenly lost the ability to read halfway through that.
Happens.
Any object which contacts SCP-310 is to remain in the chamber until fully consumed. Any item or clothing contacting SCP-310 is to be removed as expeditiously as possible while preventing further contact. Any limb or extremity contacting SCP-310 is to be removed immediately. Surgical tools, including bone saws, are to be kept on hand for this eventuality, as well as bolt cutters and power saws, in case time factors prevent a more controlled amputation from being performed. Jesus Christ.
Oh, man.
That's it. I'm getting the fucking circular saw.
You think they just have like an on-hand guillotine to just put your limb on and then just pull the levers? Rather than like bone saws and stuff that would like either require immense pain or like have someone else do it.
Any Class D personnel contacting SCP-310 are to be immediately terminated. If exposure of SCP-310 to Class D personnel is part of test procedure, it is recommended that the test subject is restrained prior to exposure to prevent further accidental contact. The research chamber is to remain sealed until all objects exposed to SCP-310 are fully consumed. Therefore, it is recommended to limit size of test subjects to prevent lengthy lockdowns of research chamber. Description: SCP-310 is a 157mm tall white candle composed of apparently standard tallow. SCP-310 is an unmarked... SCP-310 is an unmarked 33mm diameter cylinder with tapered tip, out of which emerges 7mm of wick. When not immersed in an oxygen-free medium, the wick produces a steady 24mm tall flame. This flame can be extinguished through most conventional means: removal of oxygen, immersion in non-flammable fluids, application of sudden intense airflow. However, on the removal of the inhibiting factor, the flame immediately reappears, behaving much like a standard trick candle. Only a small amount of tallow is liquefied at the base of the wick, and is not consumed by the flame. Even during the longest duration removed from containment, redacted days from... I'm not reading that, as a result of the events of data expunged. At no time during those weeks was the tallow level nor the overall height of SCP-310 observed to decrease. Okay. Other than its interaction with the flame of SCP-310, the tallow itself is not unusual in any respect. Tallow removed from SCP-310 is designated SCP-310-1 and is classified safe. It is easily cut and as malleable as would be expected. It also melts and burns as normal when exposed to ordinary flame. Any tallow removed from SCP-310 is slowly replaced by unknown means. If SCP-310 is cut short, tallow will grow from the lit section until the original 15.7 mm height and unblemished appearance is restored. In one experiment, SCP-310 was placed in a heat chamber, melting the entire volume of tallow so only the wick remained. The flame remained lit even without fuel and gradually exuded tallow until its original state was restored. Any flammable or semi-flammable substance which comes into contact with SCP-310 becomes ignited with a slow-spreading fire. Unlike the flame of SCP-310, this fire cannot be extinguished by any known means other than exhausting its fuel supply. Experiments have shown that the fire will continue to burn even... Yeah, looks...
Sorry.
Even in a vacuum, underwater, in a nitrogen-saturated environment, under intense airflow, in a refrigerated environment, or encased in a fire-retardant covering.
What is this? Burnt severed
That's
hand?
a burnt hand.
Yeah, you might want to just read that.
Burnt severed hand of Agent P. Initial accidental contact occurred in the left mid-forearm, requiring limb to be amputated below the elbow. After hospitalization, Agent P was able to resume his duties, although understandably is no longer a field operative. Yeah. That would kind of suck.
Yeah.
Or any combination of the above. In terms of what it can't be stopped by. Only total consumption of all flammable material in contact with the flames will result in them becoming extinguished. Any object ignited by SCP-310 is designated SCP-310-2 and are classified Euclid until fully consumed, whereupon they revert to safe classification. Therefore, in the case of accidental ignition, especially of personnel, separating the lit section from the rest of object as soon as possible is the only way to preserve the rest of the exposed object. SCP-310-2 objects are also capable of spreading to other flammable or semi-flammable objects, resulting in further SCP-310-2 type objects. The implications of such possibility for chain reactions are worrisome. Yeah.
Why?
Tests have shown that bodily contact with SCP-310 is similar to normal immolation, that is, highly painful and damaging. Damage is somewhat more extensive than that of normal flames, probably due to inability to extinguish and the unusually slow rate of spread of SCP-310-2. No unusual psychic or mimetic properties have been observed. The means by which SCP-310-2 objects are able to continue burning despite all efforts to extinguish is unknown. It is also unknown why SCP-310 itself is so easy to extinguish, albeit temporarily. Recovery. SCP-310 was recovered from the charred remains of Redacted, a hamlet outside of the UK, or in the UK. The isolated nature of the site is probably responsible for the containment of the resulting blaze, which firefighters have battled unsuccessfully for 8 hours before abandoning the buildings to the flames. In the subsequent investigation, 7 people expired, either through contact with SCP-310 or cross-contact with earlier victims. The event drew Foundation attention, and SCP-310 was recovered without an incident due to precautions taken by Agent T based on existing evidence. Real quick, I guess I can read the thing. Wow. You can stop showing the body now, I think.
Why?
Okay. Burnt remains of test subject SCP-310-9, personnel D-492. Initial contact with SCP-310 was on the right foot while SCP-D-92 was restrained. Flames spread upwards towards torso over 63 minutes, whereupon D-492 deliberately cross-contacted SCP-310-2 from upper thigh to head via right hand. Subject expired after a further 17 minutes. Subject was fully consumed 173 minutes after initial contact. Yeah. That's a little fucked up, but okay.
Yeah.
Wait, that's the 9th motherfucker they subjected to that thing.
Why do they keep doing
You know what it does.
You've seen. What did you even test that was different? What, if you test it from the foot, it's gonna have a different...
I want you to see how loud he screams if we start from the feet and work upwards. Anyways. The means by which... Wait, no. Recovery. No?
I think.
Where the fuck was I? God damn, I'm
I think
almost done.
you're down
Further
here.
investigation of the site revealed that it was being used as a data expunge. Thanks. The involvement of that organization may go some way to explaining why SCP-310 was located where it was, what it had been used for, and how it started the blaze that led to its recovery by the Foundation. However, the question of SCP-310's origin is still open. Yeah.
I honestly kind of want to call it there for today.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I don't feel that great, and we did get a good few SCPs in 2 hours.
We did.
We got like 7 SCPs, I believe. We started on 303.
Yeah.
As well as the one lengthy article provided by WeFit. So we didn't actually hit atmospheric jellyfish today, but we will hit that next time.
Yeah.
And I know it's a really short stream, but oh my god, I have like not a bad headache. It's just like a minor, like, it's enough that it makes me not.
It's a dull
read.
ache.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. So I think that'll be all for today. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Bye-bye.
Dark Soul 2 tomorrow.
What?
Dark Soul 2 tomorrow.
We might actually be doing Dark Souls 2 tomorrow, so look forward to that. I might make an announcement about it. I have to make sure Ridge is actually going to be available, because he has to be there for the first stream. Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Actually, I'm going to wait, because I don't know if WeFit's caught up yet, or if they're still in the okay, they just did a work bit. We might be doing Dark Souls 2 tomorrow, WeFit. You specifically.
Ooh.
Better look out for that. I'm pushing past Nier and we're going to Dark Souls. Alright, goodbye.